You might be wondering, what is Bitcoin? What are meme coins? What are altcoins? What is a decentralized exchange? What is DeFi? What is staking? And much more. I'm going to give you everything in this show you need to know to get a high level of understanding on what crypto really is. Naturally, I'm going to give it to you in a way that even a 5-year-old would understand. There's a billion ways to make money in crypto, and I'm on a mission to find them all. My name is Fefe, and the best part is, if I find anything, I share it with you. So if I make money, you can make money too. If you like this, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Let's jump into the show. Now, what are cryptocurrencies? Cryptocurrency is a digital currency designed to work as a medium of exchange through a computer network that is not reliant on any central authority. Now, okay, let me boil it down for you. Cryptocurrencies are digital, most of the time decentralized assets designed to work as a medium of exchange. So just like money, you can buy stuff for it, you can pay with it, and much more. But although the first crypto was a currency, being Bitcoin, which I'm going to talk about in a second, the industry has evolved so much and the technology advanced, so we started using the word crypto for crypto assets in general, which are not only currencies, but also every kind of crypto, every crypto coin that basically exists out there. Now, all coins or all crypto coins have a purpose in a specific project, have a different utility at most cases. And so when you buy a coin, you basically invest in a project or an idea based on its potential. So when people say, what do you buy? You buy a token. What a token is, a token usually belongs to a project, and you invest in the token because you hope for the price appreciation of that token because the project the token is belonging to will do well in the future. Now, this will all make sense very, very soon. So, but what you have to take away from this section is that crypto is a term we use when we talk about all these tokens and coins that we basically trade and invest in. Now let's jump into the first, the big daddy, Bitcoin. As I mentioned, the first cryptocurrency was Bitcoin. In 2009, an unnamed person, or actually a team, we don't really know who they were, called Satoshi Nakamoto, published the Bitcoin white paper on a cryptography forum. And this white paper was called a Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Now this, if you haven't read this, I truly recommend you read it. This outlines everything you need to know about Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is, how does it really work, why it's important in today's world, and why this will be worth potentially millions and millions and millions. Now, after the 2008 shit show, Bitcoin's whole purpose was to challenge the monetary system, government, and basically banks. The unique proposition for Bitcoin was that it used something called the blockchain to create a system where we don't need to rely on intermediaries like, for example, banks. Now, why do we really need banks? We need banks because we need to send money from one person to another without having to trust that person. Therefore, we have a central intermediary, like a bank, that verifies the transactions and gets our money back if we get scammed. And this is extremely expensive and takes a lot of time. Now, but why do we need banks is a complete different discussion. But what you have to take away from this is that Bitcoin solved the whole thing. There is a trustless system that allows you to send money and receive money without you having a central entity that verifies that that money is legit. Now, the technology that makes it possible is the blockchain technology. And of course, you're gonna ask, what is a blockchain? A blockchain is a distributed database that maintains a continuously growing list of ordered records called blocks. This is actually quite nice, but what you have to understand from this is that blockchain is a secure, usually distributed ledger technology that serves as an underlying technology for crypto assets. Now, it's difficult to talk about blockchain as just one thing because there are so many different blockchains. We have public, private, hybrid, and then we also have a lot of whether it's proof of work, proof of stake, and I know I'm a little bit getting ahead of things, but what you have to understand from the whole idea is that there is a network that is decentralized at most cases, so anyone can basically join through a computer software, and that network, through decentralization, creates a ledger of blocks filled with information chained together. So imagine it as the software creates a chain, and this chain is connected with blocks, or the assembling elements for the chain are blocks, and these blocks contain information, for example, of transactions and different wallets that hold different amount of currencies. Now, what is important is that this chain is tamper-proof, and that means that it cannot be changed. Why cannot be changed? Is because the participants in the network have to verify all the transactions and all the blocks that go onto this ledger. The way that happens is through, I'm boiling down things for you here, but it's through voting, and everyone has to vote. Everyone who is participating and running this computer software have to vote for the same thing. So let's assume that I'm sending you one Bitcoin, but I don't want it to seem like I'm sending one Bitcoin. I want it to seem like I'm sending sending 10 Bitcoin. So technically what I could do, I could go tamper with the system and I could try to make everyone believe that I am sending you 10 Bitcoins. Now for the transaction to go through, that would show 10 Bitcoins, and for you to receive 10 Bitcoins, at least 51% of the network participants should accept it as the truth, but it's obviously not. So therefore, more nodes you have on the network, more participants you have in the network, the more impossible it becomes to trick the system. Although if you can get 51% of a network to vote for your false transaction or for the false information, you hack the system, you broke the blockchain, and therefore can create a false transaction. This is what we call a 51% attack as well. Now, I mentioned verifying a couple of times here. The network participants who are running this network through a computer program, they basically validate these transactions and make sure that everything is fine. And for doing so, they get rewarded in tokens. There are two main ways to verify and therefore earn tokens. Number one is staking. Now, staking requires you to stake a portion of your tokens as collateral, and therefore you promise, hey, I'm not gonna tamper with the network, I'm not gonna try to do anything malicious, and if I still do something malicious, you can just take the money that I logged. Now, that's in a very high level picture, that's what basically staking is. And the other thing is mining. Now, with mining, it's not just staking and running a computer software. These computer software require massive hardware power because they need to solve these very difficult puzzles. If I want to boil it down for you, the more computation power you have, the more chances are that you're going to be the first one solving the puzzle, and the first one completing the puzzle will earn the most coins, as it goes for Bitcoin. So by participating in a network and being a validator, you're essentially a miner or a staker. But I guess you don't really know how your iPhone is hardwired and wired, and you don't really know how the software really works. So at this stage, what you only have to understand about blockchain is that blockchain itself is the underlying technology to all crypto assets that allow them to be sent very fast, very cheaply, and also very securely. Now let's talk about all the other coins, because we have Bitcoin, the big daddy, and we have all the other coins, which are altcoins. Now, as I said already, there are millions of cryptos out there already. At some point, 25,000 meme coins were launched on Solana every single day, which is absolutely insane. But back in the days, there was only Bitcoin, and every other coin that existed we called altcoins. Now, altcoins have a bunch of categories. If you look here, for example, on CoinGecko, you will see categories by coin, number of coins. For example, meme coins. What are meme coins? Meme coins and celebrity coins belong to this bucket as well, are cryptocurrencies inspired by internet jokes or memes. You literally don't buy anything other than a cute dog or just a funny meme or whatever. There is very rarely there is any utility. That's why it's a very risky gamble. Anything has value because we attach value to it, and more people believe that it is valuable, the more valuable it will become. So I know it's kind of a difficult concept to get your mind around it if you have never came across this, but you're literally buying a picture of a dog or a token of a dog that is just funny. That's basically it. And then you see DeFi here, second here, decentralized finance. Basically, the building, everything in this category is the building blocks for decentralized finance. Everything we build on the blockchain and related to finance is coming in this category. Then for the next, we have NFTs, non-fungible tokens. These are basically digital certificates of ownership of unique items, artworks, music, tweets, whatever that is. What you can basically do is that with having an NFT, a non-fungible token, which could be a JPEG, or it could be, again, a tweet, or it could be a music, or whatever that is, you can put that on the blockchain and verify that this is the first one, this is the only one, and this is the real one. Then we can talk about layer ones, layer twos, layer ones being Ethereum, Bitcoin, or all the groundwork for all the layer twos that are built on top of these massive blockchains. We can talk about RWAs, which are real world assets, tokenizing real world assets. We can talk about stable coins, which are USDC, for example, USDT, stable currencies backed by real dollars or euros, so therefore one USDC will always be $1. I mean, hopefully most of the cases. But you can come onto CoinGecko and just look through all the categories and see what kind of tokens are out there. You will see, you can just go onto CoinGecko, you can filter for categories, and then you can scroll all the way through here and look through all the categories if you want to dig deeper. Now, where are these currencies, you might be wondering? Well, first off, they are on the blockchain, but how do you get access to them? What's the door? That's the basic question. And you get access to them through something called wallets or a crypto wallet. Now, what are wallets? Wallets are applications that hold your crypto on chain Or in other words, you are able to self-custody your own crypto. You don't have to trust someone to hold your coins. Now, the easiest way I can explain this is that when you keep your photos on Google Drive, Google holds those photos. If Google goes under, if Google gets hacked, if whatever happens to Google, all your pictures are gone. But if you print your pictures that you took from your phone and you have them in your hand, nobody is responsible for them but only you. The good is that you can't really lose those, only you can't lose them because of someone else's mistake. You can only lose them because of your mistake. The bad part is if your house burns down, you lost the whole thing. So there is no central point of entity and central point of failure, but at the same time, that also comes with a decent downside. Now, usually when you install one of these wallets, you get a bunch of words to secure your wallet, and these words are basically your passwords or access to your wallet. They are called the seed phrase. You give them 12 words, 24 words, and by having these words, you're able to recover your wallet from anywhere in the world. So it's not about the actual application that you use and write your seed phrases in, it's actually about the seed phrases. So if you have your seed phrases, if you can remember them, you don't even need to store them anywhere. If you can remember your 12-word seed phrase, you can write these words into any wallet provider and get your access to your own wallet. Now, there are a bunch of providers who create these wallets, but what is very important here, the difference is that they don't have access to your wallet. They just the application. And if they go bust, you can still take these 12 words, write it into another provider's wallet and still get access to it. So that means it's only you who has access to it. Now, there are two main types of wallets. There are cold wallets and hot wallets. And cold wallets mean that they are not connected to the internet, can be accessed only with a specific way, for example, plugged into a computer. This is what we talk about, Ledger or Trezor. These are great for long time holds. So you don't trade on these, you don't buy and sell. You put it on, it's much more secure because it's not connected to the internet. You get your seed phrases. It's probably like a hardware wallet that you plug into your computer when you need it, and you secure your coins safely. On the other hand, you have hot wallets, which are connected to the internet. It is very easy to access, and you can use them with decentralized exchanges that I'm going to talk about. All of these can be accessed as a phone application or desktop wallet, web wallets, and much more. So what you can do with hot wallets is that you can get them connected to the internet and keep your crypto still in a self-custody way, but with much more risk than just having it in a cold wallet. And what you have to know also is that a lot of times these wallets and these chains are not compatible with each other. So as an example, if you use a wallet for 𝗪𝗪, I made an awesome video on why the 𝗪𝗪 upgrade KRC20 is gonna be big. Check that out. But if you use one of those wallets that I explained, you will not be able to send Bitcoin or Ethereum to that wallet because that's a specific 𝗪𝗪 chain wallet. Other way around, if you would want to send 𝗪𝗪 to a Bitcoin wallet, you will not be able to do that. The wallets have to be compatible. Also important to know that all coins have their specific chains and addresses to use when you send or receive these cryptos. So it's crucial that you double check every time that you send a coin from one chain to another or one wallet to another, that one, the wallet address is copied correctly, and two, the wallet that you're sending to is compatible with the coin that you're sending. For example, very popular wallets that I use, two of the main wallets that I use are one, MetaMask for EVM. So everything in the Ethereum ecosystem can go through MetaMask. And the second is Phantom, which is also EVM compatible. So you can also actually use everything in the Ethereum ecosystem, but we usually use it for Solana projects. And these are the two wallets that I would recommend you use as well. Now we know how to store it, but how do you actually buy these tokens? Well, there are two main types of exchanges: decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges. Decentralized exchanges, as I said, are decentralized exchanges. It operates completely autonomously through smart contracts, which we don't have time to get in, but what you have to know is that it simply operates by itself. You don't have a central point of entity or a company that's running it. Now, all you need to do is that you can get your hot wallet or self-custody wallet that I just explained. You can connect it to a decentralized exchange and you're able to trade, buy, sell cryptos straight away. You don't have to do any KYC, know your customer, which means that you have to submit your ID and whatnot. People don't have to know where you're from. They're not going to ask you anything. It literally takes you 2 seconds and you can do it completely anonymously. Now, there are pretty advanced platforms out there, so we recommend using 𝗍. We like 𝗍 a lot. You can also not only just buy stuff that you can swap and hold, but you can also trade from your MetaMask wallet, which is absolutely huge, especially, for example, if you're in the United States or in areas where crypto is not really available. You can still trade perpetuals and you can still trade using your MetaMask. There is a link to 𝗍. Try it out. I actually do like the platform. It's pretty cool. I appreciate if you use my link, but either way, check them out. And also, for example, I mentioned Phantom. You can use Jupiter within the Phantom application, so you don't even need to leave the hot wallet that you set up to trade on Solana. For example, you can do all that from the application. Now, the second is centralized exchanges, as I said. These are companies that hold your crypto for you and help you to buy and sell with ease. The good thing about them is that they have lots of cool features. They're, big, respectable companies. You can use staking, you can use trading, you can trading bots, you can use copy trading, and much more. But also at the same time, they custody for you, which means that if the company that you hold your money on or the exchange goes under, you lose all your crypto. So we've seen what happened with FTX, and we don't really want that to happen again. Now, there are a bunch of links to centralized exchanges. I truly, genuinely appreciate if you use my links. For me, I personally love Bluefin. I use Bluefin every single day to trade. Non-custodial, which means they don't, even though they're a centralized exchange, they don't actually keep your funds. They use a third-party custodian. Therefore, if they go under, if they get hacked, whatever, your crypto should be safe still. But also, they are available anywhere in the world, and they are non-KYC. So you can, for example, from the States, except for New York, but anywhere else, you can reach Bluefin, trade on Bluefin, and not have to KYC or submit any ID, which is huge. Now, I think I gave you a pretty good overview on how you can get your first Bitcoin and what crypto is and whatnot, but I want to talk about two more concepts, and one of them is airdrops and airdrop farming. You probably have heard this a million times. It's free money. You can do a few tasks and earn millions. Well, it's kind of true. Airdrops are basically gifts from projects to get your attention. It's like a marketing tool. Farming them means joining lots of airdrops, like visiting sites and completing tasks, testing the network. You have to imagine it in a way that a platform wants to launch, for example, a decentralized exchange. So what they do, they need users to come and test their platform. Now, instead of paying hard cash for people to come and test the platform, what they do is that they say, we're gonna launch a token. The token will be worth something, and you, as a user, you can come and test this platform on the testnet as a beta version, and by testing, you complete task, and by completing task, when the exchange launches, you will be able to get rewarded in the tokens. But there are a bunch of other social kind of airdrop farming where go to this page, like this site, subscribe to this channel and whatnot, and by doing so you collect points, and by collecting points you will be able to convert them into a coin. A very good airdrop that I think you should farm is called GetGrass. I talked about GetGrass in this video. You have to check that out. They have massive upgrades coming. I don't think you're coming a little bit late to the party if you missed that video, but you're still not extremely late. Go and check that out. There is a link in the description to that video. I promise you, GetGrass can be one of the biggest projects in this cycle when it comes to AI and Solana. And there is one more thing we have to talk about, and where to banter, pun intended. Now, everything about crypto happens on X or Twitter, depends how you know it. I will plug myself here. I deliver the best alpha in the industry, in my opinion. Go and smash the follow button on my X account. There is a link in the description. I've tweeted these. This is one of the calls that one of my community members literally just made, who literally just followed. I gave away my call here completely for free. He took the short. He made 500, 600%. It's definitely worth following me. There is a link in the description. But what I wanted to say here is very, very important. You have to be on Twitter or on X if you want to make it in crypto. I do recommend you only follow people who give you any value and gives you actual money-making opportunities. Don't divide your Twitter with all the crazy stuff that you can see all around the place. So make sure you follow quality people, but everything does happen on crypto Twitter. The second is you need to be on Banter bubbles. Now, I know Banter bubbles are cool because of the bubbles as well. This is one of our tools where you can see the market and you can search for weeks. You will see, for example, today is red, the week is red, the month is red, but the year is absolutely green. So anyway, this is a cool tool for that as well, but that's not why I'm bringing here. What I'm bringing here is you can click on the newsroom on the top right corner here, and this is my friends, about 40, 50 people every single day posting very important information here from the market. So this is literally the only thing you need. There is a mobile application as well that looks absolutely sick. You can see it here, where you can literally just wake up and instead of scrolling TikTok and Instagram, you can scroll through the news and see what these real people post. It's not an aggregation. It's an aggregation of information, but not through an AI or whatever, but quality people, and also lots of banter back and forth and ideas and whatnot. So I made a lot of money, genuinely a lot of money from this group. I definitely recommend you check it out, and it's completely completely for free. And the best part is you can form an airdrop by just being on Banter Bubbles. You see here, this little airdrop icon here is rolling. So we have until the end of the month. If you run this, you accumulate points, and by accumulating points, you will get an airdrop from our meme. Now, I can also mention here Discord, and I can also mention here Telegram, but as you go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, you will discover these tools and you will have to use them. But very important, please do not get scammed. I am going to have a video coming out next week about all our official links. You have to make sure to check the official links. So for example, if you are going to follow me, you have to check. If I write my name in here, you will see that I have a bunch of scammers here. So do not get fooled. Nobody will ever DM you, and make sure to follow the right accounts. Whatever you follow, make sure you follow the right accounts. Guys, that was it. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that I got you a little bit up to speed. If you did enjoy this content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back for the next one. It's gonna be awesome. I hope I will see you on my Twitter. Also, I have a trading channel where I bring you daily news and teach you how to trade. There is a link in the description to that as well. It's called the 100x Club. I have a daily show coming even today as well. So check it out, and I believe I will see you in the next one. Take care.